Hi, my name is Tiffany Green-Williams, and I am co-host and moderator for Team Rayceen Productions.
And I'm Rina, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
Joining us is Lisa Rice. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Now, before we talk about Initiative 83, please tell the viewers a little about your organization, Make All Votes Count DC, as well as your background and who you are.
Hi, yes, I'm Lisa Rice, and I am the proposer of Initiative 83, which is a ballot measure we hope will land on the ballot for November of 2024. I'm an advisory neighborhood commissioner in Ward 7, and I live actually in the home that my parents built back in the 60s, native Washingtonian, and the mom of a DCPS Ward 8 school teacher. So very, very much grounded in the city and serving the city and people that I love. As proposer of the Make All Votes Count Act, I am the person who is out front, and we're talking about an initiative that's really a grassroots DC-based initiative combining two powerful election reforms into a single initiative. We're combining ranked choice voting and opening primaries to independent voters. And that's the upshot of what Ballot Initiative 83 is.
Great segue. Can you tell us a little bit more about Initiative 83 and why do you want people to say yes?
Yeah. So it's two parts, as I mentioned. And together, both of these, what we talk about is making politicians accountable to us, to the electorate. And both of these combine to do that in different ways. The first, ranked choice voting, solves a problem that we have here in DC, where most of our elected officials do not win their primaries, which is the definitive election in DC for all but two offices. They do not win with majority of the vote. Right now, only 3 of 11 current members of the council won their primaries with over 50% of the vote. So we have politicians in elected office who are put there by a minority of voters. The solution, the tool that we are suggesting to get candidates into office with a majority of the votes is ranked choice voting. With ranked choice voting, the winner must win with at least 50% of the vote. And that is a way that we see that we can hold politicians accountable. The second part of the initiative is opening DC's closed primaries to independent voters. You know, home rule never happened for about 73,000 voters in DC. And we know that most races are decided in the primary, and independents, that is, people who do not belong to one of the two major parties, can't vote in DC primaries. And those primaries are the only elections that matter. And so the solution to that is to open those primaries so that independents can vote. I will let you know that I am an independent. 1 in 6 DC voters are independent. We are unaffiliated with any party. There's no independent party. So it's not like we are representing a third party. We're simply people who have chosen not to affiliate ourselves with either Democratic, Republican, or Green Statehood Party. And the reason this is so important in franchising the 73,000 of us who are not Democrats or Republicans or Green Statehood is because these are taxpayer-funded elections, and we should have access to them. We wouldn't be voting in multiple primaries. We'd choose a ballot and be able to exercise our constitutional right to vote. So that, in a nutshell, is Initiative 83.
Thank you for that. Can you tell us again, how does ranked choice voting work?
Yeah, so ranked choice voting works, and the way we've proposed it is you as a voter would be able to rank the top 5 candidates that you want that are running for a specific office. You choose your favorite and rank your backups. So it's not unlike what we as adults do every day in terms of when we get dressed, or, if I ask you what are your favorite movies, you would be able to name your top 3 or 5 favorite movies. So it's pretty simple. And once a candidate, if a candidate doesn't, the candidate who has the lowest amount of votes is drops out, and then the votes that you put in second, third rise up, so that the person who eventually gets 50% of the vote, and that's from everyone's first, second, third, fourth, or fifth rankings. Once they get 50% of the vote, that's the winner. We saw an incident really recently here in Ward 7, in which we had 10 candidates running, and someone won, but they did not win with a definitive margin. They won with just 400 votes over the second person, and that person only 7 votes ahead of the third person. And so we have someone who won that primary with less than 24% of the vote. And we really want our candidates, our office holders, to get into office with 50% or more of the vote.
Wow. Thank you for clarifying that. So
You're welcome.
as you know, there is opposition, to Initiative 83. So what is your response to concerns that it will negatively impact the primary election process or other critiques about it?
Well, there have been a lot of critiques and criticisms. My most powerful reaction is I'd like to know why people object to it. And so when I'm able to have those conversations, what I learn is some people think that it'll be too difficult for seniors and others to learn how to do that. My response to that, as I said earlier, is that as adults, we rank things every day. People who want their children to go to specific schools in DC participate in a lottery. People who are in public housing participate in a lottery. It's the same process. It's ranking what you want. And so folks in DC are very used to ranking. And as I said, all of us are very used to ranking. And so I also feel that to say that it's too difficult for seniors and for Black seniors east of the river, quite frankly, is very insulting. I am over 60 years old. I'm Black and I live east of the river. And for someone to tell me that I wouldn't be able to learn something new is very insulting. And so I encourage conversation so that we can talk about what the real issue might be with the initiative. And when I'm able to talk a little further, dig a little deeper, what I find is a lot of people are afraid that this will dilute Black political power in DC. And my answer to that is it actually helps with people forming coalitions. And so I think that those who are afraid that Blacks and brown people will lose power would actually see, because of the way candidates would have to campaign and form coalitions so that they want us to choose them first or second, it really will strengthen Black political power in DC should candidates choose to run in a way that they bring the votes to themselves and to others who have similar policy positions. The other critique that I hear is about opening the primaries to independent voters, that the parties should have their own private way to elect their party members. And what my response is, well, opening the primaries to independents would not impact that. The legislation that we proposed does not allow independents to vote for party offices, only for the seats that candidates are running for. But the party offices know that we would not be voting in that. And one other thing that I heard early on, I don't hear as much, but used to hear, is that people feared that it would allow Republicans to vote in the Democratic primary. Well, the fact of the matter is, people who want to vote in the Democratic primary, if they want to vote and misrepresent themselves, then they are already calling themselves Democrat. Those of us who are independents, the 73,000 of us, we are taking a stand for democracy, and we're not pretending we're anything else other than unaffiliated voters. And we're really excited about the opportunity to fully participate in these taxpayer-funded elections. So those are some of the things that I hear. And then sometimes I just hear, no, we don't need it. I don't want it. But when I ask why, I don't get an answer. And so I can't really speak intelligently if I don't know why.
Makes sense. Thank you. When will the voters be able to vote on Initiative 83? And if adopted, when would it be implemented?
Well, there's one more step before that, and it would be our ballot certification, which is what we're waiting for now. We submitted our signatures on July 1st, and we should know July 31st or August 1st if we have been certified for the ballot. I'm so excited about that. And then if we're certified, then we would be on the November 2024 ballot. And we ask that you vote yes on 83. If that is voted on by a majority of the voters, of course, and passed, then it would be implemented in 2026 in the primary election of 2026. Right now, that is scheduled for June of 2026. But as we know in DC, sometimes our primary date has moved around. But right now, it would be June of 2026.
Very nice. So please tell our viewers how they can learn more about Initiative 83 and support All Votes Count DC.
Yes. To learn more about our initiative, you can go to our website, which is makeallvotescountdc.org. And I'll say that again, makeallvotescountdc.org. And there are several links within the website. Contact us if you want to volunteer, if you want to donate. We are a scrappy little grassroots initiative and raising money. Right now, we're raising money for our campaign headquarters, which we're hoping that we can open that soon. And we're looking for volunteers, for ambassadors, for all the things that any campaign needs. That's what we're up to right now.
Wonderful. Well, viewers, please look in the description below for links. Thanks for spending some time with us, Lisa.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so glad to be here and so glad to have had the opportunity to talk a little bit about the initiative. And if folks want to get in touch with me, they're free to either reach out through the website or email me directly at lisa@makeallvotescountdc.org.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
To those watching, please follow Team Rayceen on social media and subscribe to the Team Rayceen YouTube channel.
And viewers, thank you for watching.